Hello, I'm Katrina and I'm working within the ESS Nutrition and Wellbeing team. Today I'm lucky enough to be at Chicksands, where I'll be sharing my top tips to fuel yourself during exercise. You top your car up with petrol to make it go further and for longer. The same goes for when we're exercising, except that food is our fuel. You might think that doing more exercise means that you need to eat more, but this is not necessarily the case. It's going to depend on what your fitness goal is, whether you're wanting to lose weight, maximise performance or gain muscle mass. Instead, we need to be focusing on consuming the correct foods and at the correct times. Today, I'll be sharing my top tips on how to fuel yourself correctly during exercise or in training, as well as possibly bust some myths. Eating the correct foods, whether you're in training or not, is vital to get all of the important vitamins, minerals and nutrients which our body needs. Therefore, my first tip is to follow the Eat Well guide. The Eat Well guide proportion should stay the same regardless of the amount of activity that you're doing. As our energy demands increase or decrease, the food proportions will change the same. So what this means is starchy carbohydrates will always make up a third of our daily intake. If you're participating in endurance exercise lasting longer than 60 minutes, you may want to pay particular attention to what you eat before, during and after exercise. Therefore, my second tip is to consider timing. Before exercise, you want to try and top your glycogen stores up. Your glycogen stores are the carbohydrates which are stored within your muscle and is used during exercise. Therefore, shortly before exercise, you want to try and consume a carbohydrate meal. This could be a jacket potato or tomato pasta. After an hour of exercise, your glycogen stores become depleted, so you may need an extra top up. Therefore, you might want to opt for a cereal bar or dried fruit to give you that extra boost. Following exercise, it's suggested that you consume carbohydrate and protein within 30 minutes. So why not try a slice of peanut butter on toast? If your goal is to build bigger biceps or to bulk out, you might think you need expensive protein powders. But we get protein from the foods that we eat. For example, meat, poultry, beans and lentils. Therefore, my third tip is to ditch the supplements. Any additional protein which we consume that our body does not need just gets stored as fat, used as energy, or is excreted within our waste, so it doesn't actually bring any additional gains to your muscle size. Going back to my second tip, we can however try and time our protein correctly to enhance benefits. Try and consume protein at every meal time and have a protein snack before a high intensity training session, such as going to the gym and lifting heavy weights. Being dehydrated can lead to poor concentration, accuracy, and also can impair judgment when making decisions. This could be the difference between scoring or missing a goal. Therefore, my fourth tip is to stay hydrated. Try and drink little and often throughout the day. Ideally, we want to weigh ourselves before and after exercise to find out how much fluid we have lost, and then drink 1.5 times the amount of fluid which we've lost. For example, if we lost 1 kilogram of weight, we would want to consume 1.5 litres of fluid. If you find yourself sweating excessively, you may want to opt for an isotonic sports drink. And finally, you might be thinking, what can I treat myself to after exercise? A takeaway, a chocolate bar or an energy drink? But my final tip is to not be tempted to eat lots. Inevitably, after exercise, we are going to feel hungry, but we may not need to eat more, especially if your goal is to lose weight, as you may find that you gain weight instead. As a rule of thumb, any exercise lasting less than 60 minutes does not require any additional foods. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at WeAreESS.